Muay Boran is divided into styles, synonymous with line or school. Each style has different characteristics, however. Each adheres to common principles that characterize Muay. For this reason, each style should not be considered as a martial art in itself, but only as internal nuances of Muay. Often when people talk about regional styles, they are referring to a prominent line. In reality, the trends were different in each region. Just because some lines were prominent and more famous than others, does not mean that all lines in the same territory followed that model. When a fighter belonging to a line introduces so many changes that it becomes very different from the original, a new style is created. This process is very important to preserve the original line, since otherwise confusion will be created between what was the original repertoire and which concepts were instead added later. Precisely for this reason, some Thai grandmasters, such as Chaisawat and Pooksrisuk, felt obliged to divide the Muay Boran lines into two large groups. The first is the traditional group, the second is the modern traditional or postmodern. In the traditional group, there are the native lines of Thailand, typically older than the 20th century, which have not undergone influences by foreign martial arts and have been preserved exactly as they were. In the modern traditional group, there are the Muay Boran styles that haven't merely conserved their repertoire, but kept extensively developing it, often adding techniques or principles from other non-Thai martial arts like Western boxing and Japanese martial arts. What differentiates a traditional style from a modern traditional one is keeping the Muay Boran foundation, the core principles and the traditional terminology, but having the disposition to change and adapt, and the honest recognition of the limits of the art is a key to greater effectiveness. This leads to reorganizing, testing, improving, enriching, restoring what was lost and removing what doesn't work best anymore. Muay Phranakon of Aun Sarikabutr, also known as Muay Wong Luang, it is the style of Aun Sarikabutr, also known as Luang Wisan Daruna Korn, the first Muay master at the Central Physical Education School. It was recorded in Bai Prien Muay Thai, the first book for teaching Muay at schools, published in 1923. Individual moves, practice, standing, walking, jumping, punching, kicking, kneeing, elbowing, etc. Know how many techniques there are and also when to use them. Combinations. Use combinations of individual moves, which are defined as techniques, Mai, so that students can practice Thai boxing techniques neatly and comfortably. Pleng Muay, Luk Mai and Mah Ded allow students to create strategies to counter their opponent's competence and promote spontaneous self-defense tactics during fights. He also adds that the old version of Thai boxing tactics that he acquired from Pra Chai Chok Chok Chana and Kun Yisan Supayakorn have also been compiled and documented in the third chapter. Pra Chai Chok Chok Chana from Bangkok was one of the best fighters of the Ratanakosin era and was nominated right bodyguard of the king. So Muay Wong Luang also conserved the authentic Muay Phranakon from the 19th century, consisting of 12 boxing principles, Mai Muay, 16 boxing techniques, Pleng Muay, 18 wrestling techniques, Gam Plam, and the Mai Kai, Luk Mai, and Luk Mai Kai, as recorded by King Rama III in the black koi paper manuscript, which is explained in the book. The first translation ever of Bai Prian Muay Thai is available on Amazon, link in the description. Muay Korat of Bua Watim, a style from the northeast province of Nakhon Ratchasima. Its patriarch is deemed to be Pra Hemsaman, a native of Korat from the bloodline of Yahmo, the wife of the deputy governor of Nakhon Ratchasima, in the first half of the 19th century. After studying in Bangkok, he was appointed as governor of Korat from around the mid-19th century, up to the early 20th century. The distinctive features of Muay Korat are powerful punches, strong kicks with the rear leg, and lethal elbow strikes. It is very versatile and can be tricky or relentless. The stance of Muay Korat has a straight torso, with the legs slightly bent. The hands are placed in front of the body, and the led one is extended. This position maximizes the power of the punches. Muay Korat utilizes a step called shift in Old Western boxing, which consists of punching with the rear hand and stepping forward with a rear leg to change the guard. This step covers a lot of distance and allows for continuous strikes with the rear side by alternating the guards, maximizing power and momentum. In modern times, Muay Korat is famous for its swing called Mad Wiang Kwai, punch, that hurls a buffalo. But this term is not present in any line of Muay Korat. The term Mad Wiang Kwai derives from the writings of Kechria Pai in the 1970s, who defined the swing of Korat fighters so powerful that it would sweep away a buffalo, and has been misinterpreted to become common knowledge, and now even some Muay Korat masters call the swing that way. It is also important to note that the swing is not a technique unique to Muay Korat. It's present in numerous other styles of Muay. The training of the Muay Korat line of Grandmaster Buawat Im, who studied from Pra Hemsamahan, consisted of learning the Yang Sam Kum, then practicing 5 stationary techniques, 5 techniques in movement, 11 Luk Mai Kai, 5 Mai Mai Kru, and 21 Muay Boran. Muay Chaiya of Porthan Ma. The Muay Boran style of the Chaiya district in Surat Thani, southern Thailand. Muay Chaiya was born during the reign of Rama III, 1824-1851, when a monk known as Porthan Ma moved to Chaiya and began teaching boxing. His real identity is unknown, but some supposed he was a former warlord from Bangkok. Among the many students of Porthan Ma, there was Kam Sria Pai, the governor of Chaiya, Plong Chamnonthong, and Neil Paxi. The original Muay Chaiya, which is still preserved in Chaiya, focused on agility and quick entries into short range to use elbow strikes. The names of the techniques are simple and the essence of the style is 3 techniques numbered. There are no techniques called after the Ramakien or rhymed principles like Pongpad Pidpoed, Tum Tap Chap Hak, and so on. There is no standing and ground wrestling. Muay Chaiya of Kechriapai, also known as Muay Chaiya, was founded by Grandmaster Ket, who studied from 12 different masters, 2 of which were His Majesty Wibun Sawatiwong Sawadikul and Kimseng Taweesit, experts of jiu-jitsu and Western boxing. He modified so much the original Chaiya style that it must be considered a different line. Its distinctive features are precise posture and movements, and an emphasis on defense and close-range combat. The hard parts of the body are used to block and damage the opponent's weapons, which is why it is said that a Muay Chaiya boxer is like the durian fruit, solid and covered with thorns. The heart of the style is a single Mai fundamental technique called Yang Sam Kum Klom Daen Yak, 3-point step covering the land of giants. All the other techniques are said to come from this maneuver. Every technique can be modified according to the situation, but the master maneuver must never be changed or abandoned. The stance of Muay Chaiya is very defensive. The arms are positioned in a triangle pattern with the front one at the top near the eye and the rear one near the solar plexus. They protect the center line of the upper body. The torso and feet are turned halfway between a side stance and a front stance to further protect the center line and the groin. The basic defensive system of Muay Chaiya is based on the universal defensive principles: Pong, protect; Pad, deflect; Pid, close; and Pod, open. The round kicks are performed without the counter-rotation of the torso, typical of Muay Thai's round kick. This allows the upper body of the practitioner to leave the center line and evade incoming strikes. Muay Chaiya has a great wrestling repertoire and is perhaps the only style of Muay Boran that has extensive ground fighting, in large part probably imported from Japanese jiu-jitsu and catch wrestling. Muay Chung, traditionally called Fon Chung, is the Muay Boran style of the Lana Kingdom, which in 1892 became part of the Kingdom of Siam. The most famous master was Porpuan Kamadeng, born around 1877. According to ancient traditions, the training begins with a footwork drill called Yam Kum, walking on points, with the student having to walk over marked points which range from a 3-point pattern up to 32 points. The students also learn the Top Ma Pap dance or slapping dance. Then, the students have to learn the movements of the hands called Mai Sai Fon, and divided into 2 groups. 1. Separated Mai Sai Fon, consisting in unrelated movements of the hand that can be performed in any order. 2. Arranged Mai Sai Fon, movements performed in series. After the student becomes proficient with bare hands, he will teach the use of weapons like swords, long staffs, and lance. When the student becomes proficient enough to utilize the art, the master will teach the Mai Pong with a different method for each student according to their character. Muay Lopburi. According to the legend, the patriarch of Muay Lopburi was the hermit Sukatanta, who established a school at Khao Samorkhon in Lavo, modern-day Lopburi, where he taught liberal arts and martial arts. The school was founded in 675 BCE. It is not known how much of the original martial art taught by Sukatanta has survived in Muay Lopburi, which went through centuries of development and evolution. The greatest exponent of Muay Lopburi is certainly Muay Mahad, Krieng Thosaad, who was known for his straight punches that never missed, and agile footwork to evade strikes. Nowadays, the main line of Muay Lopburi is that of Master Sangwin Boathong, but it appears to feature modern elements and probably does not correspond completely to the Muay Lopburi from the 19th and early 20th century. Muay Lopburi of Sangwin Boathong. It has 3 guards, the most important being Phranakon Poed Lok. Phranakon opens the world, in which the fists are turned upward. The supine fist stance allows to mask the signature strike of Muay Lopburi, the uppercut punch. Some throws of Muay Lopburi are present in other Muay Boran styles, but in the latter, they are cleverly modified and largely utilize circular and semicircular motions. Muay Lopburi has 16 Mai. Muay Taweesit of Kru Lek. From the northern province of Uttaradit, it focuses on kicking mainly with the front leg, and punches are mainly used to set up kicks. The patriarch was Kru Lek from the 18th century. He passed his knowledge to Kru Ayam, who passed it to Kru Aim, who lastly passed it to the most famous representatives of Muay Taweesit, the 5 brothers of the Liang Prasert family. Muay Taweesit performs the Yang Sam Hum, and their footwork consists of sliding forward. They don't alternate stances. The original form of Muay Taweesit was inherited by Police Lieutenant Colonel Sompong Changrua, grandson of Plong Liang Prasert. Another inheritor of the art was Chalong Liang Prasert. However, he modified the original Taweesit line so much that it should be considered a separate line. Muay Taweesit of Chalong Liang Prasert. The stance is upright and places 40% of the weight on the front leg and 60% on the rear leg to be as far away from the opponent as possible. The signature weapon of this style is its lightning-fast, diagonal ascending flicker kick called Naka Sabat Hang. The Naka flickers its tail. This kick is different from the classic round kick of Muay Thai, because the last part of the leg is not kept relaxed and swung at the opponent, but it is instead chambered and flickered at the target. This kick consumes less energy and is harder to catch than a traditional roundhouse kick, Muay Praya Pichai. It is supposed to be the style of Praya Pichai Dabhak and was born from the union of Muay Taweesit with Chinese martial arts. Many of the features of this style are the same as the Muay Taweesit of Chalong Liang Prasert, but it incorporates strategies from other Muay lines, Chinese boxing and Western boxing. It is heavily focused on fast kicks, but it's more well-rounded than Muay Chalong Liang Prasert. To counter the opponent's attacks, the defensive principles Loplik, evade, pad, deflect, pong, protect, and pid, close, are used, together with the 8 directional movements, which consist of moving in all the cardinal and intercardinal directions. Main techniques are divided into 12 Mei Mai Boon, upper Mei Mai, and 12 Mei Mai Lang, lower Mei Mai. They are kept secret from the public. Each Mei Mai is divided into Luk Mai, complementary techniques, and each Luk Mai into Kred Mai, partial techniques. The Mei Mai reach a goal directly and efficiently, and they consist of fast, ferocious, and simple maneuvers. The Luk Mai reach the goal indirectly. They consist of strong but complicated maneuvers. The Kred Mai achieve the goal only partially, and are complicated maneuvers. Often they are just a fragment of the Mei Mai. Muay Praya Pichai aims to evolve continuously. Its masters underline that over the years, it has assimilated useful characteristics of the other styles of Muay and Western boxing. The Mei Mai, however, must remain the heart of the style. Muay Krom Luang Chumpon, the Muay of Admiral Prince Abakara Kiativong, the Prince of Chumpon and father of the Thai Navy. It was inherited by the doctor and Chinese boxing master Kriang Krai Thalerangpon, who learned it from Chua Chan Tong, a direct student of the Admiral Prince. The techniques of this style were kept secret to stop other camps from countering them, and the style was certainly influenced by Western boxing and jiu-jitsu. The style focuses on defense more than offense. There are 147 counter techniques. They were published by Master Kriang Krai Thalung Phon on his website, which was sadly taken down. Muay Niwasawat. The Muay of the Niwasawat brothers, students of Luang Phipat Phonkai at the Suan Kulap College. Suan was one of the best fighters of the Card Chuek era, who defeated Buawatim and Plong Liang Prasert, and he was sadly stabbed to death by a gangster. A portion of their Muay has been recorded in the oldest Muay Boran book with pictures, Tamrap Muay Thai, 1928, and features an extensive use of punches and strategies from Western boxing. Muay Taweesit. The style of Kim Sang Taweesit has changed a lot over time, and each generation of students has a different repertoire. This style consisted of the Muay which Kim Sang Taweesit learned from Kru Kiao in Sarikabutr, merged with Western boxing, Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. Muay Kum Luang Lampang. A Muay Boran style founded by Master Champi Wichai Sueb, by merging Muay Taweesit with the Muay of Lampang by Krasin Naitarian. He was nominated Boxer of the City of Lampang by the second last King of Lampang, ex-Lana Kingdom. The last master of this style is Kongnapa Champathong, Muay Chaisawat. A style created by Grandmaster Chaisawat Tinvibun. He was a student of Ros Chaichak, a student of the Taweesit line from Lampang, and learnt Muay Chaiya from Ket Sriapai. Grandmaster Chaisawat considers the Muay he inherited a damaged picture because many principles got lost over the centuries. In more than 50 years of practicing martial arts, he tried to restore it by incorporating concepts from Aikido and other Japanese martial arts. The repertoire of Muay Chaisawat is divided into Mai, fundamental techniques, which can be compared to the syllables in a language, and the Lukmai, complementary techniques, which can be compared to words. The Mai of Muay Chaisawat are Gaya Wut, the use of the entire body as a weapon; Kao Yang, the footwork; Pad Pong, defending from the opponent's weapons; Mun Tua, rolling to the ground; Dern Kao, footwork on the ground. The Lukmai are divided into Lukmai Ruk, offensive, which are a series of combinations divided into groups according to the leading strike, and Lukmai Rab, defensive, which aims to counterattack, and are divided into groups according to the defensive strategy used. Muay Palasuksa. It was made by Kim Sang Taweesit as a curriculum for physical education Muay in 1934, which replaced the one of Luang Wisan Darungkon. This style literally means physical education Muay. The current curriculum of Muay Palasuksa is a distillation of Muay Taweesit, and consists of the basic strikes with the natural weapons of the body, 15 Mai, and 15 Lukmai. The Mai, through their execution, teach the main principles of Muay, while the Lukmai teach advanced principles that derive from the fundamental ones. While Muay Palasuksa is one of the most widespread styles, and a very important one, it is not complete enough to forge a well-rounded Muay Boran fighter. Fighters that rely solely on it will inevitably have some gaps in their repertoire. However, it is a great starting point for beginners. Muay Prachausua, also known as Muay Luang, Royal Boxing, is the style that supposedly was used by Sanfet VIII, the king of Ayutthaya, from 1703 to 1709, and his bodyguards. The techniques of this style are called Kon Muay Ke, and consist of a series of counterattacks divided into groups according to the weapon they counter, which are respectively 29 Kon Mad, resolve punches; 23 Kon Thao, resolve kicks; 3 Kon Kao, resolve knees; and 4 Kon Sok, resolve elbows. There are no counters for headbutts. There's also a group called Kon Jujom that encompasses 24 incursive techniques that aim to stop the opponent's action in advance. The information on this style comes from a book from 1978 called Tamrap Prachausua by Yod Rungsa from the camp of Plian Somchat. It has never been confirmed to be the real style of Prachausua, and many factors go against this affirmation. Chong Muay. In the Thai language, Chon means manner, posture, or technique. The Choeng Muay are a collection of techniques featured in the Thai Encyclopedia, Volume 17, by Uthai Sinthusen, first edition 1978, although other masters mention an earlier unspecified work of the same author, dated 1957. It is not properly a Muay Boran style, but a system that teaches the rational use of the body's 8 natural weapons. There are no headbutts. These techniques are generally regarded as offensive, but they can be used preventively or simultaneously to an opponent's attack as a counter, or they can even be used as feints to open the way to an attack or to intimidate the foe. Muay Lertrit, also known as military Muay Thai or high-fighting kickboxing, it is one of the styles used by the Thai army. It was created by naval officer Wisit Lertrit by combining the Muay Korat of Master Bua Wat Im with the martial arts he studied abroad, especially karate, judo and aikido. In Muay Lertrit, the 9 natural weapons of the body are used for percussive actions. It also includes palm strikes, knife hand strikes, snap kicks to the shin or groin, and grappling techniques. Taweesit, a style founded by Master Chakrabop Charonrat. It was born from a mix of Muay Boran and Krabi Krabong knowledge, and was influenced by judo, aikido, karate, and Chinese martial arts. Taweesit teachers aim to develop their students in 3 areas: physical, intellectual, and moral. The stance of this style is the 3-point position, Sam Kum, of the Sri Trirat Sword School. The practice of Taweesit is divided into 10 steps: Pathom Youth, the basic physical exercise and meditation exercises consisting of 22 postures. Ruka Tewa, the postures, footwork, defensive principles, falling and rolling. Pahayut, training the natural weapons of the body and combining them with footwork and defensive actions. Puthat is the practice of offensive and defensive maneuvers with the hands. Chapchayo, the practice of catching a force, imported from Aikido. Mano Atman, the practice of throwing, imported from Judo. Panawut, the use of ancient Thai cold weapons. Yutasat, the study of Thai and international combat strategies and tactics. Ongar Tam, the study and practice of meditation and Dharma. Nam Taweesit, becoming a master of the art to teach it. It requires studying the 4G system: good body, good speech, good heart, and good wisdom. IMBA Muay Boran, a style founded by Grandmaster Marco de Cesaris by blending the WMBF curriculum with some traits of Muay Chaiya, Korat, Lopburi, Lertrit, and Chaisawat. It is divided into 3 branches: combat Muay Boran, a refined version of traditional Muay Boran for modern combat applications, especially in the ring. IMBA Lertrit, a military Muay Boran style inspired by the original Lertrit and born by combining Muay Boran with the fighting knowledge of de Cesaris. Muay Pram, de Cesaris' reconstruction of Muay Plam, the ancient Thai wrestling. Siamut, a school of Muay Boran founded by Grandmaster Sane. It comprehends the Chung Muay, various knowledge of Muay Boran, and a set of advanced techniques divided into categories like elephant moves, monkey moves, Naka moves, and giant moves. The style is well-rounded with wrestling and some techniques used on the ground. Muay Sangha, a style created by Master Pedro Solana by combining Muay Chaiya, Muay Thai, and Indonesian Silat to strategically deal with many forms of attack and improve defense at all the fighting ranges. Taran Devak, it is a Muay Boran and Krabi Krabong style founded by Master Valerio Zadra. He studied under Thonglor Trirat of the Sri Trirat line and Pongsak Kongjim of the Satrinontaburi line. He merged his Thai martial arts knowledge with Brigha, what remains of the ancient Celtic Rahatian grappling, and he put all the techniques in the golden ratio. In Taran Devak, practice in nature is very important, especially in the mountains, and traditional Thai dances are used for meditative purposes. Great attention is given to the mental and spiritual development of the practitioner, as well as the physical and technical one. Muay Nawarach. It is a military style founded by Major Colonel Amnat Pooksrisuk. Nawarach means 9 reign, since the ancient boxing knowledge of this style can be traced back through all 9 reigns of Thailand, and Grandmaster Amnat developed this style during the 9th reign. The foundation of Muay Nawarach is the Muay Korat of Bua Wat Im, which has been enriched with the knowledge of the various styles that Grandmaster Amnat studied, basically all the most prominent styles. This style was enriched with concepts taken from the ancient Thai art of war, Pichai Songkram. It aims to achieve the most with fewer possible movements and aim to defeat the opponent in the shortest possible time. Muay Nam, boxing of water, in Thai, is a modern, scientific and hybrid style of Muay Boran that I founded. It combines the best of many Muay Boran styles with ancient and modern martial arts principles and concepts from around the world. If you drop a stone into a lake, a series of concentric waves are created. This is exactly the structure of Muay Nam. Muay Phranakon. It is mistakenly considered a Muay Boran style, but it is a dance born in the 19th and 20th centuries by merging Isan folk dances with some Muay-inspired techniques. There are also other styles extremely rare, of which little to no information is available, like Muay Isan, Muay Lampang, Muay Lertrit, and many others. If you want to learn even more about Muay Boran, check out my book, Muay Boran, Historically Accurate, available on Amazon.